Hey YouTube, it's Mike Peng Gangster, and today I'm bringing you guys the FIFA 23 nightly update. Now, for people that are new to the channel or new to the series, remember that it's every Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay. Now, we have a big day today because we ended up getting the new promo. There is also already a leak for an SBC Humtiri that's most likely coming either tomorrow or Sunday. I would imagine this weekend. I could be wrong, but this is FootShare's leaks, so usually they're pretty accurate. So this is how it would look like. These are not predicted stats. Stats are predictions. Sorry, so it is predicted. So these could be not the real stats of the card, but this is how the um, card could look like, right? So before we do continue with the promo and the prices and what you have to invest, there's a saying: the richer get richer. So if you guys are rich, you're about to get very rich. Follow me, listen very carefully. I'm going to show you a few things that can make you a lot of money in this game in the next couple of weeks. Okay, so first off, let's just go to the last episode. Again, if you guys want me to reply to your comments, leave a comment below this episode. So the next episode tomorrow night, I'm gonna read some of them and actually answer your question, whatever you guys ask. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be something to do with the market or whatever. It could be anything, bro. You want to ask me anything? Go ahead, ask me, unless it's something I can't answer. But go ahead, ask me a question. I'm gonna answer a few of the comments. Okay. So we have Dragon here. Dragon says, Mike, I actually followed your advice on the 87s, 88s. I made a lot of coins from your advice to buy them at 87, 88, 89. Profit margin seems to be 87s bought at 19k and he sold them at 27k. So he made about close to 7,000 coins per car. Now, depending on how many he bought, I would like to know, Dragon, how much actual coins did you make off that trade? Because I ended up making a good 300-400k on my fodder. If it was even probably even more, probably even close to 500k. I'm not exactly sure too, but I wasn't really counting. But I know I had a lot of, like you guys saw it. I had a lot of them, right? So here we have Patron 10, if I'm saying that name correctly. Even before Vidic and Barnes, I did their SBC and got them in the Icon SBC. They went back into another SBC. Yeah, I mean that's what happens with those type of like icons. They're not. I mean Vidic is pretty good, but Barnes, like anyway, most of these icons like this, especially like this late in the game, they're just not that great no more. And then we got Sandal over here. Good video, hey bro. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you stick around and see you guys in the next episode, right? So that was the comments. Of course, my transfer list hasn't moved. As you see, I only have 28,000 coins left. That's because I have some money that came in from the division rivals. So when it comes to my investments, it's still the same, guys. I will show you the prices and everything of like what I believe they're gonna go to and stuff like that. So we got the Barellas. We have four Barellas, always two Raspadoris. We got a Lamella, a Miranda. We got one Malin. We got two full finals because one is in my squad, and we have five Fosbergs, and the rest is just like regular silver stuff that I'm selling, right? So we saw the SBC that should be coming soon. Let's get into the one thing that I want to show you guys is basically the prices of these new cards that came out today. Now, some of these prices are completely ridiculous. I would watch out spending my coins right now on any of these cards. Okay, these cards will be an investment that you could eventually flip, but at the moment, never buy these cards on day one, even day two. Like, don't buy them the first couple of days that are in packs because you don't know what's gonna happen with these prices. They could like either tank or bomb. You don't know. It's a complete risk that you're taking when you're buying these cards the first couple of days they're out because we don't know. They have to settle in to a certain price that makes a little bit of logic. Now, a lot of these prices on these cards, I feel like people are already pricing them. Like if, for example, they're already guaranteed like four upgrades or something because some of these prices are completely ridiculous. Now remember, most of these cards are most likely gonna get two upgrades. just two. Not as many as people are saying. I think people don't understand how the upgrades work because first of all, for people that do know the upgrades, I'll show you guys real quick just in case there's new people in the channel. Let me just show you it real fast if I could get to one of those. Just give me a second here. Where is it? How come there's none? There are so many leaks. Of course, they were all right. This is why I like looking at for Cherry. He always has his stuff correctly. Come on, where is it? Wow. I do apologize for this. But okay, so you got to understand one thing, okay? Winning one game, that's one of the uh, one of the guarantees. Like most likely, the people are gonna get one upgrade, right? The next one is three appearances in the next 6 games. Not every single player that you see there play. Okay, some of them are also benched. Okay, so that's not 100% guaranteed that they're gonna get three appearances in the next 6 games. This also could be a factor of like them getting injured and stuff like that. You don't know, right? So that's not a guarantee. People are making it seem like this is a guaranteed plus one. This is not a guaranteed plus one. The other one is like getting 2 goals or 2 assists. Not everybody that you see in those players are gonna end up getting 2 goals or 2 assists in a game. It just does. These are not guaranteed. Like these are not guarantees upgrade, and avoiding 6 games. That's most likely not even a single team is gonna get that. If so, maybe one or two team that could actually do pull that off, right? So I would say pretty much most likely what you're going to see out of those cards are most likely 2 upgrades per card if they're lucky, right? I don't really see that many cards getting 3 or 4 upgrades the whole way. So just keep that in mind. So we're gonna get into those prices and stuff like that, but let's look at the prices real quick. Like for example, Ginola, you could also get him as a lone objective player, which a lot to do to get him. I find there's a lot to do, but whatever. He's Instinct at 5 million coins. People believe this card should be worth 10 million coins. I don't know why they believe this card should be worth 10 million coins. I know Ginola is a very good card, but his other card is like 1.4, was maybe close to 2 million coins before this card got the leak. Do I see this card being like 10 million? I would never pay 10 million coins for this card. I mean, if you're gonna pay 10 million coins for this card, might as well just go buy yourself a Prime R9. I just don't get it. Like you're gonna tell me that this card is better than that? I don't think so. I think a fair price for this card would have been around 4 or 5 million. I don't think it should have been any more than that because you're also saying this card is better than Team of the Year Benzema, which I don't think so. I think Team of the Year Benzema is still a little bit better, and Team of the Year Benzema is like a little over 3 million coins. So I don't know. Some of these prices, I'm telling you, they're insane. Some of them are a bit lower than I expected, and some of them are way too high. Okay, so for example, the Pi is an SBC player. Should you be doing this SBC player? Look, if you want to make coins in this game, stay away from SBCs as much as possible, especially when you have to like spend coins from your balance to do them. If you're somebody that just wants to have fun and play with SBC cards, go ahead, do them. But in a month from now, you're just not gonna have the same amount of coins that the ones that are ready to invest. The ones that are there's like I said, there's that saying, the richer get richer, and there's a reason for it because they know where to put their money because money makes more money, and that's the way it is. So if you keep spending your money the wrong way, well, you're gonna have less money. That's just the way it is. It's not a bad card though. It's not a bad card, but even if it's not a bad card, at this stage of the game, do you really want to be playing with a forward that has a 3-star weak foot? These guys could get upgraded overall, but they cannot get upgraded with weak foots. So a 3-star Depay is still a 3-star Depay. I personally find that at this stage of the game, having any forward under a 4-star weak foot up front is actually gonna kind of like slow you down. That's my personal advice. Everybody has their own. I'm just saying, I don't think this card is worth doing for that reason. Okay. Um, so we have Sanchez, which is a 4-star, 4-star, and he's coming up to like over 700k. Now, it's a nice card. Is he worth 700k? I don't know, man. Like I look at this card. I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. I think there's so many good cards already in League One. Do I really have to pay 700k for a Sanchez? I know you could get upgraded, so this card could be potentially a 92, 93. I don't think it's gonna go much higher than a 92 rated. again, I don't know, man. I really don't know if this card is actually worth 700k. But then there's Crouch. I don't think people will be really interested in that. Pele, of course, these cards seem like they're not even being able to be pulled. Cordoba. Now, Cordoba, sorry. This is a very good center back. No doubt in my mind, this is a good center back. But 1.5 million is expensive. I think people are also misunderstanding the fact of the foot errors. The foot errors only get two upgrades, and most likely they'll get one, because one is based on their team that they're the arrow is part of, which if they get one win gets one upgrade. The other one is they have to go a clean sheet, not a clean sheet. They have to go undefeated for 6 games. Most teams, like I said, are not gonna go undefeated for 6 games. So seeing a Cordoba go +2 most likely won't happen, right? So when you click on him, for example, um, his regular one is an 87. So this is a +1. So his 87 goes for around 270, 300k. Um, this one is like 5 times the price. And at best, I think this card is an 89 rated. At best, that's what I personally think. I don't think he gets more than one upgrade. I could be wrong again, guys. I don't know. I feel like the 89 rated price is already like in the card. I think it's just right now these cards look a bit too like this particular card here, Saliba, which is a good card, but 1.3 million. So you're telling me with the upgrades and everything, this guy is going to be almost at the same price as Van Dijk, a team of the year Van Dijk. Like I don't know. I feel like this is expensive, especially when you look at Fofana, for example, from Chelsea, the RTD Elf. Okay, that one's going for like 250, right? With potential upgrades coming up, and he has pretty much the same card, and he's like 250k, which yes, he has chances of going up because of the RTFs that we're going to be talking about right after this. But that's a big difference. That's a million coins more. That's I don't know. I don't know about this one also. Carroll again, he looks like he's in stink. There was one card I was actually wanted you to let you know. There's actually two cards here that I would keep an eye on. One of them, of course, is very, very expensive, and that is Isak. Isak's only 400k right now. I think that's a little bit low because when I look at the other prices, I'm looking at this card. He's a 4-star, 5-star weak foot. He's a big guy. This will be a very, very good striker, especially if this guy gets like two upgrades, goes to a 91. I mean, this guy just becomes insane, right? Um, yeah, he becomes a really, really, really good card. Like especially like the fact that he has a 4-star, 5-star, 415. I think this one is a card. If you have a lot of money, is something you would want to watch because this guy could get some pretty. He could go up pretty nicely. Okay. The other two cards are very low budget cards that I will keep an eye because they could be easy, easy coins, guaranteed coins actually. One of them is this particular center back from Montreal Impact right here, which right at the moment he's sitting at 17k. Now the reason why I'm saying this is almost guaranteed money, not at 17k though, but if you see this card drop under 16, you should get interested in this card because 86s gold 86s usually go for around 17k most of the time whenever there's like SBCs and stuff like that. So you automatically, if this card goes under 16k, you're automatically making coins on this card because Montreal is a pretty good team in the MLS and they'll get at least one win. So you'll become an 86. Plus, he is a player that does play, so 3 appearances seems pretty good for him. So he could be easily an 87 rated card, which 87s when they're in demand, they go for around 27k. So this is a potential very good flip. You can make a lot of money, especially if you have a lot of coins. This could be one of those cards that you can end up making like 8, 9 thousand. Like if he goes to an 87, this is one of those type of cards you can end up making like 8, 9 thousand per card, right? So look very carefully for that one. The other one I would look at is Halley, Deli Halley, whatever his name is. 80, like I said, 87s go for around when they're needed. They go for around 27k. If this card goes anywhere near the 28k, this is a very interesting card because 88s could easily sell for around 32 and up. Like usually when they're in demand, they could easily go to 34, 35, and most likely he gets at least an 88, right? He gets that one win, and There you go, he's an 88, and then his card is automatically worth at least 32,000 coins. So it's two cards that you could easily make money. I would watch very carefully these cards. Of course, I don't want to be buying Ali at 32. I want to be buying him under 30,000 coins. But look at them, because if those cards drop, those are actually good pickups. Okay, those are good pickups, especially if you were lazy, you don't want to invest too much, you just want to buy a chunk of cards. Those could be a good late, long, like you're not gonna flip them over overnight, because again, these games don't start before March 17th. So that is that. Anyways, let's get into the investments, and this is your last chance pretty much to buy these RTTFs, at least the ones that are playing next week, early next week. So for example, the Chelsea and Dortmund. Okay, we got Fofana and Malin on March 7. So let's go look at them up. For example, so I got my Malin. I got him at 103k. So I got lucky with mine, because I know this car already went up to like close to 130,000. Yeah, it's already 126. Can you still make money at 126? I believe you can still make money even at 126. I believe this card could go to 150k pretty easily before that matchup. Remember, you're going to have to sell them before the game starts, right? You gotta sell these cards before the hype, right? Now, the other one, if you have more money, is Fofana, Wesley Fofana. Now, Wesley Fofana hasn't really risen. He's still very low. I got mines pretty much at the same price these cards are selling. I got one at 230, and I got one around 250. Okay, and he's still at 250. So there's a lot of room for this card to go up easily to 300k, probably even more as the hype continues. Because you have to understand, a lot of people sold a lot of cards because expecting that they were gonna buy some of these new promo that came out, but the reality is going to kick in very soon this weekend league, when they're going to realize, man, I wish my money was into these cards, because their game is coming up on March 7, which is I think Tuesday, right? So you have until Monday, but I believe that today and tomorrow is probably your final days of actually buying these cards, because I think once Sunday comes in, these cards are going to start skyrocketing. So your investment at that point could be a risk, right? Anyways, the other matchup, for example, are going to be on the at least for these guys, they're going to be on the 14th, right? The 14th and March 8th, if you guys are invested in Bayern Munich, PSG. Now, I didn't invest in Goretzka or the other guy there, the left back. Those are just too expensive. I wasn't really into it. But if you are invested in those, of course, those are also coming up this Wednesday, right? Now, for the other ones I was invested in, for example, I was invested in Barella. Barella plays on the 14th, and I was also invested in Raspadori, and he plays on the 15th. So those cards are not going to go up instantly, right? But we could still go look at them up. Now, Raspadori, I got lucky. I ended up buying my Raspadori for like 230k, and he's already like 270 plus, I think. 280. So he's already rising, which is surprisingly, because you would assume they usually would rise like a couple of days, or like four days before their matchup. So I would expect this card to rise mostly like next week. Okay, not this week. Now Barella is the same story. Barella hasn't really moved much. I bought mines for like 260k, give or take 270, the highest, but mostly around 260, 265. I got four of these, and he hasn't really moved much. And sorry, I didn't pay 260. I mean 360, 365. My bad, guys. So he hasn't moved much. He's pretty much 6,000 coins more than when my biggest one that I bought for 370, right? And maybe like 10k more than my 365 ones. So Barella is still. These are still, again, if you have a lot of coins, these are still cards that are up for grabs. There's money to still be made with these cards, right? The other one that people are also looking to buy is the Fosberg one, which that one hasn't actually moved at all. That one actually dropped in price, because I got mine for like 22k, and I think I seen it today for like around 20k. So this one's a tricky one, because 20,000 coins, you should easily go up to at least 25k. Now, I know a lot of people are invested in this card, so that's the only thing that scares me. I got five of them. Again, the amount you could lose on it is, if he doesn't go up, is very small, because he is an 86 rated, and 86 go at least for 16 17k. So not to worry about losing a lot of coins, but if you're someone that's gonna buy like 100 of these, then of course you're hoping that this card goes at least over 25k, right? Because you could lose a lot of money when you have a big chunk of them, right? So that is this is a card interesting to watch. When does he play? He plays on the 14th. So yeah, so that's an interesting one. We'll see about that one. Again, maybe that's why he's not completely risen yet because of the fact that he does play on the 14th. So keep an eye if you want to invest in Fosberg. I think 20,000 coins is a safe investment. As you can see, over here he was down 6% in the last day. So right now, if you pick him up, you probably most likely are banking money on this card. But again, it's not something that's going to go up instantly because he does play not this week, next week, right? So then for other people that I invested, for example, in the Europa League, which these guys are playing on the ninth, their first leg. Now, some of these guys already have, um, they already got, some of these guys got upgrades, right? Now, I know I bought, who did I buy? I bought two of them, right? Who did I buy again? Yeah, I have Lamela and Miranda. Now, Lamela, I got him for around 40K, and Miranda, I got him for around 72K. Okay, let's go check out those prices real quick just to see. So Miranda, let's see if Miranda's up. Miranda is 77, so he's up a little bit. Now he plays on March 9, so it's next Wednesday. So this card should be going up in the next few days, right? So this is a safe investment in my eyes. I believe if you had already bought some of these, you most likely are going to make some decent amount of coins. How high can he go? Um, I don't think he goes much higher than 100. If he goes to 100, bro, just keep just sell them and sell them quickly, because I don't know. I don't think this car goes more than 100, but I could be completely wrong, right? So, and the other one, of course, was Lamela, which Lamela I paid 40,000 for him, and he's at probably 40K, right? He didn't go up that much, 45. So I got lucky to get him a 40 because he was already up at 45. So this is also an interesting one because this is a card that could easily go over 50,000 coins, right? So if you start buying them at 45 right now, man, you could be making some pretty nice money, especially if this card goes to like 55, 60. You're talking about 10 plus thousand, 10 plus K per card. That's a nice profit, especially if you're able to pick up a lot of these. So I like Lamella a lot. I don't see him dropping that much if this goes wrong. Again, he could drop, of course, anything could happen, but I think this is a pretty much a safe bet at 45K. Of course, if you guys are getting these cards, try to snipe them. So if you could pick this card up for like 43K, it would be even better, right? Because if he sells at 50K, for example, and you get him at 43, you're making like 5K a card. So you know what I mean? 5K a card. You got 10 of them, that's 50,000 coins. You got 100, that's half a million coins. You know what I mean? So you have to understand, like, there's a lot of money to be made here. This is pretty much your last chance today and tomorrow. I say. I think Sunday these cards just start going up, right? There's also other cards you could look at. I know, for example, when does Lazio play, man? Lazio, that's the conference run, right? Yeah, those are the conference one. Lazio FC. So Lazio plays. Okay, they play on the 16th, their second leg. No, wait, they play on the 7th, their first leg. So another card you could also look at is Felipe. What's Felipe at? Felipe Anderson. Let's check this one real quick. 84,000. Hmm. It's a little pricey, huh? It's a little pricey. Let me see something real quick here. He's pretty much already at his highest. I'm not I'm not exactly sure about this one. And the reason for is because what's his eyes? 120. Yeah. Can this card actually go and stink at 120? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Can this card go and stink at 120? Could he have enough hype before Sunday for this card to go all the way up to 120? I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know. If you would decide to buy a Felipe, understand, I would say buy one or two. Don't go overboard on this one. But if this card could actually get the hype where it goes to 120, there's a possibility. Lazio is not that bad of a team. Plus, they're playing Alkmaar, which I think Lazio should win this game. But then again, don't quote me on this. I'm not sure. This is a bit of a risky one, but this one could pay off big time because his max spin basically is 120, which is kind of like low based on the fact that he has potential upgrades, right? So if like I said, this card explodes and people start like buying it and it does go to 120k, it goes in stink, right? Then EA has to adjust their price before the matchup, which could make this card blow up. But then again, I would sell this card at 120, especially if you're picking him up at 84,000. I wouldn't really wait for the upgrade. I would just basically take my profit there because if you get the card at 100, let's say let's say you get the card for 84, let's say you snipe it for like 80k, right? So let's say he ends up selling for 120,000. Um, your profit, okay, so you will get 114 after tax minus let's say 82,000. Um, you're getting 32,000 per card. Now, if you have a lot of money and this card actually does these things actually happen with this card, let's say you buy 10 of them, that's 320k, right? Again, I'm not too sure about this one, but there could be a big upside. But this would be more of a gamble one. But there could be a big upside to this one because of the price being maxed out at 120. So again, I don't know. Uh, if you want to take the chance, you take the chance. I'm not sure about this one, but that is it. So remember, guys, this weekend is very important because this could be your last chance of really making a lot of coins, and then you're gonna be making a lot more coins because once you're making coins, it just takes like one or two flips, and all of a sudden you're like 5, 10 million coins. Okay, that's how easy money makes money. Okay, so tomorrow we're gonna be coming out with the next episode. Stay tuned. Log in tomorrow. Watch the next episode. We're gonna see how the cards prices fluctuated throughout the night and throughout the whole day tomorrow because I feel like a lot of these prices that we're seeing over here, not the RTTFs but the new cards are gonna be adjusting themselves a lot this weekend. So try to keep away right now the moment for them, except for like the ones I told you. For example, like if you see where is he now? Is he gone? Where's that center back? Anyways, the center back from Montreal, keep an eye on him. If he drops under 17, keep an eye, and of course keep an eye also on Ali because 30k, that's pretty low for an 87 because he's pretty much guaranteed to be an 88, which 88s easily sell for 32k. So 32, even as high as 35. So yeah, keep an eye on those two cards. Those cards drop, keep an eye. Of course, Isaac here, kind of for me, kind of I feel like this card is the card that has one of the best potentials to go up because as a striker with a 4-star, 5-star week for 415, this guy could definitely go up in price. So again, that's for the people that have higher. And if you do end up being one of the lucky guys that end up packing one of these heroes like a Ginola, do not sell your Ginola at 5 million since he's in stink. Keep him because if the price gets adjusted and for some reason people are cracked in this game and actually are willing to pay 10 million for this card, you know what I mean? So just keep an eye for this card because this card could really, I don't know, people are saying this card could be worth 10 millions. I don't know, man. I'm not going to be there telling you guys if you have 5 millions trying to snipe this guy at 5 million because that would be a hell of a risk for you to take. But if this card is actually, his price gets fixed and he's 10 million coins, man, you just basically hit the jackpot there. So whatever. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next